Welcome to Noona Ya Business Podcast, episode 33, How to Fall in Love According to KDramas, with your hosts, Becca and Megan. Today's episode is 100% listener requests. We break down a detailed 12-step plan on how to fall in love, at least how to fall in love according to KDramas. You may want to take notes because there is a rich jerk with a hidden heart of gold waiting to fall in love with you so he can serve you an insult sandwich. Find out why the Han River is going to play a pivotal part in your relationship, why it's super important to check the weather reports before you cue overdramatic crying spells, and why it's all about location, location, location. We also play 2 games for a dear friend of the podcast. Keeping on theme, we do If Got 7 were K-drama characters, and If BTS were K-drama tropes. We're rooting for Mark and JB all day long, even if Yugyeom is the better choice. And we want all the extra JHopes as long as we can get them, as often as we can get them, in every show we can get them. And bonus, it's time for another giveaway. Stay tuned for details on our latest giveaway and find out how you can enter. That's what you're in for today on Noona Ya Business.
Oops, sorry. I kicked you.
That's okay.
Becca,
I'm eating the world's loudest snack.
Becca's serving up like a sort of lollipop look right now with her veggie straws hanging out of her mouth. That's some fancy paper you got.
Thanks. It's my husband's. He brought home scrap paper for the kids to draw on. And I'm just so cheap that I'm like, no, this is printer paper.
It's got some hot letterhead on it. I like it.
Yes. Sorry, I gotta finish my snack. Okay. Hey.
Hi.
How was your week?
You know what? The first 2 days have been better than last week.
That's good.
Which, sorry again, everybody. Last week was my bad. It was a crazy one.
No apologies needed.
Can't even really remember what happened, but it was nuts.
We had 42 pukes in this house last week.
Oh, yeah. We've got illnesses.
So the week off was well received.
Needed?
Well
Okay.
received by me. So
42 pukes.
42 pukes.
That could be like our bar name someday. And we'll have 42 different kinds of beer on tap.
42 pukes.
Actually, now that I say it out loud, that sounds like a terrible idea. Let's not do it.
The bartenders, tumble bus and bangs.
Oh, Tumble Bus and Banks haven't made an appearance on this show for decades.
Because we were replaced by the Tootsie Roll and the Gourd.
Tootsie Roll in the gourd. That's definitely some kind of EDM music. Tumble Bus and Bangs is more Hall & Oates, I think. I feel like we're both super just like... I don't even know what the word is.
Are we even recording? Yes, we are.
Yeah. Well, there's little thingies on the thing, so I think that means we are.
All right, should we reassess?
Yes. Do you have some?
I do. Do you have any?
I think I kind of do.
Okay. I have to reassess from Crazy Rich Asians. Thank you, Lear. Is that how you say her name?
I know what you're talking about.
Our
Wait,
new listener,
do I know this?
Our new listener, Lear, emailed us a couple of times with pronunciation tips,
Which we are going to try to implement.
which have been very helpful, and I've been
Yes.
practicing them on the regular.
I will still get them wrong, but...
But she is Korean American, and she had some insight to the game, the Mahjong game in Crazy Rich Asians, which I think we kind of skimmed over, and I was like, yeah, and then she won. Rachel won and walked away, and Eleanor lost. That's not what happened, because
No.
I've never played Mahjong before.
I've only played it on, you know how the old Windows computers used to have Mahjong, but like there's no explanation as to how to play it. So as a child, I just clicked on stuff.
Right.
And I don't think I just like the pictures.
That's how I work on the regular.
It's how I do my job
just
now.
click
I just
on
start
stuff,
clicking
and
and
I
hope
like
for the
the
best.
pictures.
Yeah, hope for the best.
So in Crazy Rich Asians, at the end, Rachel throws down the 8 of bamboo as a discard. And I guess basically that means that she was forfeiting the game so Eleanor, the mother, could win.
Because that's a good
That's like
good card.
the best you can get, I guess.
So, yeah.
So she intentionally threw it down so Eleanor, the mother-in-law, won the game. But basically, Rachel won because she's like, you only won this game because I'm letting you win.
I let you win.
I let you win this game.
Which
I love even better than the idea that I had that she just won the game.
Because that makes it seem like, okay, well, so the game wasn't the game. The game is what happens after the game. So Rachel won the game.
Right.
Because the game happened after.
She's basically saying, I'm going to let you take Nick. I'm going to walk away from Nick.
And he will resent you for the rest of your life.
The only reason you're getting him is because I gave him back to you. Yes.
God, don't you hate it when that happens?
Buy it a nickel.
When you just have to be like, well, I'd rather you not pick me over your family, so I won't marry you, handsome rich man.
So, Lear, thank you.
And really thank you for the pronunciation stuff, because it was like on names that we say a lot, and that whenever I say them, a part of me is like, this sounds wrong. Mm-hmm. And in fact, it is.
My biggest one is gong yu. I always say gong, like the instrument, gong yu, but it's gong.
Gong yu. I'm still going to say it wrong. Again, we have to apologize for our clumsy Midwestern tongues. Because we've said it before. We say basic English words wrong here.
Like on the reg.
There's on the reg. We have there's a town in Iowa called Nevada. Like the state Nevada. We say Nevada. That's the actual pronunciation of that town. There's also Milan, Illinois, spelled just like Milan, Italy. We call it Milan, y'all.
Milan.
It's Milan, Illinois.
Milan, Illinois. And Nevada.
Nevada and Milan. The Paris of the Midwest. And by that, I mean the Paris. We say everything wrong. So it's just like
Did when you we just try say to say Paris?
The Paris of the Midwest.
Whoosh, right over my head.
We legit can't say stuff right. So even when we try, just know we're trying, and it's still gonna be wrong because we talk like ding dongs.
But we're trying.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, our love for this culture is genuine.
Yes.
So we're never tried to intentionally do anything wrong.
Right.
But sometimes it comes out that way.
Which she was super cool. It wasn't like she was like, you idiots.
Yeah.
She wasn't like that at all.
No, Lear, we really think you're great.
This is us being like, we're idiots. We can't say words.
I did have one more reassess.
Okay.
Sorry, now I'm crying because you said Paris.
Paris, Iowa.
I like to eat yogurt in Paris.
Yogurt in Paris. The birthplace of yogurt.
I forgot in our many episodes ago, our 1 hour of games, when we played the Got 7 game, I said we're going to go oldest to youngest, and I messed up the order.
Oh, what, did we?
Yeah, I had Mark, JB.
That's right.
Then I had Jin Young, I think. No, then I had
Did we? I think we did Mark, Jin Young, JB, and I think it's Mark, JB, Jin Young.
No, I messed up Jackson. Jackson is the third oldest, and he was in the middle.
So
I switched him and Jin Young. Yeah.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
I feel bad.
You know,
I've been carrying that burden on my shoulder for a while.
You know, I didn't want to say anything because I didn't notice.
You were such a good friend.
It's so funny because we have some Got 7 stuff to talk about. And I want to say hi to one of our friends we've made, Gabriella, who sent a beautiful message about Jackson. And I just really want to quickly say, she was talking about the duality where he's like, you're like, what speed are you going, Jackson? Because you're like hilarious and charming, smoking hot and sexy, and then also like adorable. And it's just like, you know, as with so many of these people that we talk about, they know how to go all the ways at once. Mm-hmm. So Gabriella, I haven't gotten to write you back yet, but same girl. I feel the same way.
I have another thing I want to get off my chest. So you don't have a reassess.
No, I have a couple things to like talk about real quick.
Oh, okay.
Short things.
Go.
You go first.
Okay, I wanted to wish a few people well.
Okay.
Sarah and Jennifer are going to their first BTS concert Thursday? ? This week.
Coming up soon.
And so we want to wish you well.
We're so excited for you.
We are so excited for you.
I'm like
Please
weirdly
let us know.
Glad that you're going first, along with some other people we've talked to who've already gone. I'm glad you're going before us because I feel like I need you to tell me what I'm in for.
Yeah. I still feel like it won't prepare me. But
Nothing.
Sarah, Jennifer, if you're up to it, please email us. Let us know how the show goes. We'd love to hear from you. This is what's so great about podcasting is we're meeting all these really fun people that we've never met or would never meet otherwise.
And not to creep any of you out, but sometimes I'll be talking about you like we're like friends who've known each other for real life. Like, oh, my friend Kara told me this thing. And they're like, oh, how do you know her? And I'm like, well, email? But I do feel like we're friends.
And so that was, since we skipped last week, I wanted to wish Kara good luck at her concert. Because Kara went. So Kara, thank you for the email. Kara was telling us all about her experience.
She gave us some hot tips too.
Yeah, like bring earplugs.
Yeah.
Oh, which is fascinating because then I Googled it and I think the normal decibel.
Yes.
Is that the correct
That is a sound
phrase?
term about sound. Somehow involving volume, yes.
I think at
Correct.
sports arenas, it's like 107 or something.
Is the decibel level?
I think so. But
So is that like bad?
it's like insanely high. Like it's high enough where they try to get you at intermissions, at breaks in sports games.
Yeah.
They try to get you out of the arena and into buying food. They try to pump up the volume. It's like a marketing thing.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah.
It's like how they like pipe the smell of popcorn around Disney World.
Yes. However,
Is that true?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know if that's true. Don't come at me, Disney.
Don't come at us. Unless you want a sponsorship, because we'll be happy
then,
to take you.
We'll, whatever you want. We'll pipe popcorn through this podcast.
I Googled it, and I don't know if it's accurate, but I heard that a BTS concert usually averages 114.
So that seems dangerous.
Seems high.
Because you have to think, wait, so is that like all the sounds
That's
combined?
all the sounds. So it's
that's
the
not just the
speakers,
music,
it's
like
the crowd.
the people cheering.
Yes.
Okay. I was going to say, if that's just the concert and then you add the sound of the people cheering, I feel like the people screaming is going to end up being louder than anything.
One would think. But anyway.
Except
Kara,
not me, because
thank you.
I just stand there going like...
Megan's going to be a statue. I'm going to be standing there dancing, looking like an idiot. Megan will be standing there flawless.
Okay,
like,
no.
You're going to be the Meryl Streep of
Here's
the
the
United
thing.
Center.
No one has ever called me the Meryl Streep of anything before. And I will look stupid if I'm standing still because everyone will be dancing. I'm not gonna let myself fall into my old traps. I'm gonna just like maybe drink a lot first.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, I think I might drink a lot first.
And hey guys, I bought my brother-in-law a ticket. So he's coming.
Going. He's legit nervous.
Is he?
He's like, is everybody gonna judge me?
No.
And I'm like, why? And he's like, I don't know. I'm just like an old guy. And I'm like, I think he'll be fine.
Oh,
I think he'll be surprised to find.
If you're listening and you don't want to go, we have some listeners who would. So
Yeah,
get your act
you
together.
better appreciate that.
Get your act
Also,
together,
you
or I'm giving
shouldn't
your
have
ticket
done it.
away.
Too generous, as always.
No. Anyway, what do you have? Give us your things.
I wanted to make a proposition that I've proposized at you before.
Lear, are you listening to our American?
Proposized. Earlier, I just wanted you to know that I was singing loudly at Becca's son, "Oh My Darling Clementine." I think I've scarred him for life because I was doing it in a really bad Southern accent. Anyway, okay. So RM's birthday was last week, and I thought, what better time to launch this brainchild of mine than to bring it up again? But I really want to do BTS book club.
Yes.
Where we read the books that they mention from their videos or like that help inspire their videos. Because there's so many things I feel like I would understand better if I read those books. So if you're with me, if anybody out there wants to read them, we can talk about where we want to start. There's like 5 or 6. And I think it would be really fun. And it would also mean I would be reading something other than fan fiction.
Might be good. Might be
I
a
feel
good
like
transition.
my brain could use a little break. I'll still be reading fan fiction because I'm addicted. But yeah, so that was the first thing. I want to bring that up. Anybody out there interested, let me know. Second, I just felt really excited about, wanted to tell you. So I told Jeff, I love it when Suga says Suga before he does something cool.
Oh, we all do.
And I was like, why don't I do that also? So I'm going to start saying Megan, whispering Megan before I do anything cool. And I tried doing it over the weekend, and it was so fun, and everybody should do it. Just like before you do something cool, be like, Megan. Like, I made this awesome hot dog. Like, I had all the stuff on it. It was chopped up onions. There was pickles. It was like a Chicago dog, a real one. And I helped make it. And before I ate it, I just went, Megan. And it made it so much better. I felt like an amazing badass.
Min Yoongi, look at the gift you are giving us.
You've changed my life because now I feel like anytime I whisper my name before I do something, I'm automatically doing something cool.
So, for example,
like
we had 42 pukes last week.
Yes.
And tonight, as Megan and I came down here to podcast, my one child who has not been sick said, "Mommy, my tummy hurts." So you're telling me that if in the middle of the night tonight she pukes,
just say,
I go in there with that washcloth and I just go,
"Becca." You're going to feel way better about it. You're going to be like, this is actually pretty cool. My dream is if you have another kid, that as you're giving birth, you just go, "Becca." Because what's cooler than making a person?
So if you and Jeff get married, the priest or whoever,
our only
be
vows,
like,
literally,
we'll
it's
be
like, you could put the ring on his finger and I'll be like, "Megan."
Be like, "Do you, Megan, take Jeff to be your lawfully wedded husband?"
Megan. I do. And I feel like then he can't do it because you can't have too many people doing it in one song. Like, you gotta spread them out. Although, in Lullaby, the new Got 7 song, Jackson definitely goes, "Jackson." And then Bam Bam definitely goes, "Double B." And I'm like, that's almost too much for one song, but I'm okay with it.
I'm quiet because I can't catch my breath. I love this idea so much.
You gotta do it. It makes everything better.
How do you always come and reduce me to, we're 15 minutes in, I'm already crying.
This is my only goal in life. I get the most satisfaction from making you laugh.
I tell you what, I told Megan, I got super sappy in a text message yesterday. I was like, I just want you to know that you make me so happy. And I've laughed so much this week.
I screenshotted it, saved it to faves. And then I responded and I was like, I just really don't want to say the wrong thing now because I'm scared that I'll scare you away with my reply.
You know how I sent that? No. I typed it all up and then I went,
"Ooh, Becca." Oh, I thought you puke. That was the 48th, 41st, and 42nd puke.
That was my puke.
Was you.
Because I was so uncomfortable. And then I went, "Becca." And then I hit the send button.
And then I read it and I was like, "Megan." So please, everybody, try it this week. Tell us where you whisper your name.
I would love.
Tell us how you enhance whatever you're doing by whispering your name first.
I'm really going to try it. I'm going to try it at work tomorrow.
It's freaking fun, man.
We have a video shoot at work tomorrow. It's a big day for me.
Girl, I'm going to whisper what better way than, like, as you're yelling, cut, go, "Becca."
I feel like I'm going to get a sexual harassment charge, though, because my only other coworker's name is Becca.
Okay, well, that makes it complicated. Okay, so clearly, Suga does it with his stage name. We need cool stage names.
Tumble Bus.
Bangs.
Bangs is such a better name.
Bangs. I'm like, who was Bangs? And I remember now. Bangs was the bad guy in our Choose Your Own Adventure.
She was.
That's right. Okay, that was all. I just really was like, I've been waiting to tell you about that for literal weeks. There was one other thing that I forgot, so forget it.
This might be one of my favorite conversations we've ever had. All right, we have 2 game requests. Oh, wait, I have one more segment really quick.
Yes.
Very quickly. On Twitter. You should follow us on Twitter if you're not. Because I'm having way too much fun interacting with everybody.
Becca, okay, so for a while we would like kind of trade off who was posting on Twitter and like, it would be like Becca for a couple weeks and then I'd do it for a week. It's all Becca right now because she's like all over it. And this conversation you guys are having about 30 but 17.
Yeah, 30 but 17.
Okay, I'm as always behind, even though I started it like weeks ahead of you. I can't keep up. But I want to join in so badly, and I'm like, I'm not on the bandwagon. I'm not on the tumble bus.
You guys, 30 but 17.
Sorry I interrupted you.
Another day. We're going to get into it another day. Yes, I'm not emotionally ready to talk about it yet. It's not time. So, yeah. Anyway, on Twitter, where you should go and join the fun, because we're having a lot of fun meeting new people on Twitter.
Noona Ya Business.
At Noona Ya Business. I posted an unpopular opinion question last week.
Great one.
And the question was, what is the most popular drama that you've dropped or put on hold? And I was expecting 2 or 3 comments. We had like 19 or 20, and people did not hold back. People were very honest.
And you know what was great is I feel like for a lot of them, it was like ones that nobody wants to admit, and a lot of us were like, same. Yes, I agree with you.
Yes, my favorite, I think it was one of the first ones. I think it was Sarah commented goblin with a gif of Jim Halpert like falling backwards in his car, like he's embarrassed to admit it.
Me too.
Yeah.
I finished it, but I didn't really care.
So a lot of the common ones were Goblin, Descendants of the Sun.
A couple from
Bride
of
of
the Star was in there.
Bride of the Water God. Some that caught me off guard. My Love from Another Star.
Yeah, that one surprised me.
And Healer.
Oh, yeah.
That really caught me off guard. I'm not judging you. I
No,
am, but no, I'm just kidding. I'm not.
You have to remember that
I love K-dramas because we can all like different things.
there are also so few that you don't like, I feel like.
I do. I pretty much like everything.
You're very open.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Descendants of the Sun, I feel like
Becca.
Becca for inclusion. Becca. See, it's great, right?
I feel oddly better about
You're
myself.
you should.
But yeah, those just
that was
caught
a
me
really
off
good
guard.
conversation. And of course, I'm sitting at home going like, oh yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 14, 15, 28, 30. Also, I don't know if anybody can see my personal Twitter replies on Twitter because my account is private because I don't want anybody from high school to follow me.
I can't. No.
That's really funny.
That makes sense because there's so many times where I will post something and it'll say 6 people have liked it and I only see 2 little icons. And I'm like, who are these 4 mystery people?
I guess that what I shall do is unprivate my account just so I can interact with Noona Ya Business. But again, if anyone from high school follows me, I'm blaming all of you.
Could you just call yourself Bangs and with the last name?
Yes.
Nobody will follow you.
Just Bangs. I feel like I'll get a lot of follows if I call myself Bangs.
All right.
Oh, okay, wait.
Yes.
I had a reassess I wanted to bring up, but it might be too in-depth to reassess tonight. We wanted to reassess our second male lead syndrome. Should we save that?
Let's save it.
Okay.
Should we do a whole thing on that next week?
I think we should.
We've had a lot of people. That's our most popular episode ever.
We had a realization, just as a little teaser, that while we made some sweeping generalizations about second male leads, and by we, I mean Megan. That they're always better, always better. But you know what? There are a crap load of dramas where the second male lead is a psychotic nightmare.
Oh, yes.
And we want to talk about it, so look forward to it.
#temperature of love.
#temperature of love.
#Chris on Twitter does not want to watch Temperature of Love because everybody's told her not to. Not going to disagree with them. However, I went through, because I could not get enough Yang Se-jung in my life. Mm-hmm. So I went through and watched the whole thing, wrote down all the episodes with steamy parts and the time codes. So Chris on Twitter, I did it for you. I'm going to send it to you. There's only like 6 episodes with really steamy things that you need to see. And I'm giving you the treasure map. You just follow it, girl.
You need to whisper Becca, because that's awesome.
Becca.
Thank you. You should have whispered it first to prepare everybody for how awesome that was going to be. Because that was great. I can tell you, I made it like halfway through, and then a plot thing happened, and I was like, this is absolutely where I stop. This is where I get off. And up to that point, for the most part, I enjoyed it.
You know what's so funny is I had a hard time getting through the first part until that crazy thing happened.
As always.
And I was like, ooh, this seems dramatic.
And I was like,
you have gotten my
absolutely
attention.
Not. There's no way I'm continuing on this bus.
It was awesome and terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. All right. We have 2 games. Let's Becca, tell them our theme for today.
Yes, please. Wait,
was-
while you do that, I'm going to look up, because one person suggested this, and I think I know who it is, but I want to confirm.
Oh, okay. I was going to say her name because I also think I know who it is. I really don't know.
Samantha?
Yeah.
No, wait, hang on. Go ahead.
We're going to look. Okay. So we had a listener request, how to fall in love according to K-dramas. So that is our topic for tonight.
That topic was, I think that was Sarah's idea.
Sarah. I think it was Sarah.
The game was somebody else.
The games, I'm not sure. I think that was the one you're thinking of. So we had 2.
Yes,
okay.
It was Samantha.
So Sarah wanted the game topic, or not the game, the podcast topic of how to fall in love according to K-dramas. And as soon as you sent that email, I thought, absolutely, that has to be done.
She legitimately
one.
immediately texted me like, did you see Sarah's email? We have to do this one right away.
Yes, I want to do all of them that you suggested, but this was the one that I was like, absolutely right away. And then Samantha.
I feel like she's like the unofficial managing director of the podcast.
I think
because
she
we
is.
get a ton of ideas from her.
A ton of ideas. If we ever get paid for it, we may have to start giving you little royalty checks.
Yeah.
So then Samantha suggested 2 games.
And it was like, was like one game with 2 groups and we expanded it.
Yes.
To keep it fresh.
So the game was if GOT7 and BTS were characters in K-dramas.
Yes.
But we expanded it to if GOT7 were characters in K-dramas and BTS were K-drama tropes.
Both of which were very fun.
Yes. So I think we're going to start with
And
GOT7.
Very difficult.
I thought they were both very hard for me too.
Very difficult
I was so worried you were going to
topics.
walk in here saying that was so easy. 'Cause I
No.
had a really hard time.
No, because the thing that's, I think the tricky thing, but which is also what kind of makes it fun, is especially with the characters, is there are such a set, like, type, they're, like, very specific, like, you have the female lead, the male lead, the second female lead, the second male lead, and then, like, the usual side characters, but those characterizations are so broad that you have to narrow it down to, like, this specific characterization for this character.
It was very difficult for me.
Yeah.
So let's do our first game, if GOT7 were K-drama characters.
Yes.
Then we'll talk about what we're going to talk about, and then we'll come back to at the end of the show
a
if
great
BTS
idea.
were K-drama tropes.
Bookends.
Becca.
All
right. So, do you want to go first, since I went first last time?
Sure.
All right. So, if GOT7 were characters in K-dramas.
So Mark is our oldest member. We start with the oldest. I said he was the like quiet sidekick friend of the male lead who always seems like he watches the craziness happen, and then when it's gone too far, he finally is like, by the way, this is what you should have done.
By the way, this has gone too far.
Where he's like, we need to stop this now. You know that character where it's always like the smart friend who no one listens to.
Yes.
He's that one. We're
he's
halfway through the show, you're
he's
like,
the Becca.
he's the Becca of a K-drama. So I feel like, and I should have come up with like specific examples probably, but I didn't.
I know
like that
exactly
type
who
of
you're
character,
talking about.
Yes. You're just like, God, why isn't he
He's
the male
the one
lead? He
person-
makes a lot more sense.
He's the one person grounded in reality.
The only one.
The only one in the whole show.
Or like sometimes it's like the uncle that lives with them, or like the
father,
really
the
nice
dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who you're like, why didn't you ask his advice earlier?
We could have avoided 20 episodes of this madness.
We could have just never gotten off the ground with any of this, you ding dongs. What'd you have?
I had not really the same, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
He'd just be the female lead. Quiet,
Oh, I get that.
mousy.
Yeah.
Everybody protects him.
Everyone's in love.
He's
with
beautiful.
him for like no specific reason.
Right.
It's just
He's
because
the-
he's Mark.
He's Mark. He's
Yeah,
Mark.
yeah.
Everybody wants to protect him. They're either want to date him or like father him. They want to just protect that little
And you know
nugget.
what? He's just not like other girls. I feel like that's always the thing about a K-drama female lead. She's just different. And he's just different. He's just better.
He's just smart.
He's just smart and handsome and perfect.
I like that.
That's all you need.
I think between the two of them, yeah, we've kind of embodied Mark
like that.
there. So what you got for, oh boy, JB?
Okay. Side note.
Are you going to drop a Megan?
This is a Becca. I've been very open about how I feel about JB in the
Oh
past.
no, guys, this is terrible. It is.
I will tell you, Jackson was my first bias. JB was my bias wrecker. JB he's more than a bias wrecker. He's something else for me. Well, Becca is getting a little taste of the JB wreck. Because she's getting real wrecked lately.
I've got the JB flu. It's
By him
bad.
and another member coming up later.
Yeah,
Who's
it's-
also like my other bias wrecker.
It's real bad.
This is the first time where you and I have been so on the same page about, although I feel like legit with this new Lullaby video, we were basically all just like, every single member of GOT7 is human perfection and I'm in love with them.
Accurate.
There's like literally not a single member where we're like, love him, but he's not. I'm like, not like that.
Yeah.
For every member of GOT7, we're like, yes.
I'm like, yes, please.
Come to me.
I'll take two.
I'll take you all. Anyway.
Yeah, Megan showed me the Lullaby music video yesterday because it came out and you sent it to me in the morning at work and I was totally distracted all day.
You should watch it with captions.
By JB.
No, yeah.
By JB. By all of them. Another one too, but oh, JB. How have I never noticed him?
He's stunning.
Megan, I'm on the record in previous podcasts like dissing
Seriously,
JB.
how have you not noticed him?
I don't know.
He is very handsome. Like perfect looking.
Well, then today I went down this YouTube rabbit hole of
Oh,
watching
he's
JB
also-
interviews.
He's that guy who's like great at everything. great singer, great dancer. He's goofy and cute and funny.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
He's a leader. Love a leader.
He is rocking a mullet right now, though.
And he's rocking it.
I'm going to admit, he looks better in a mullet than V, and I thought V looked pretty good in a mullet.
I told Becca this, and God help me for admitting it on this podcast right now. He was the first mullet where I was like, no, why is this a thing? But he's like the only one who has kept it also. He is committed to the mullet.
The man is consistent.
And I guess it won me over because it looks good. I'm into it now.
And in the Lullaby video, we were kind of watching it right before we started recording. He's wearing 3 different colors of seafoam in one outfit. He's got a jacket, a shirt, and pants. All very different colors of seafoam green.
And they are beautiful.
And they are just rocking.
I've never felt calmer in
That
my
is
life.
an ocean I want to jump into.
Girl. Let's make shirts that say that.
So who would he be in a K-drama?
I don't even know exactly why I said this, but I feel like he'd be the frustrating male lead who is great, except he never says what he's feeling. So again, everything bad that happens is just because he like didn't want to have a conversation about it. Where it was just like, I'd just rather not address that. Like that seems like an uncomfortable conversation. Let's not do it.
Even though it will save us problems in the long run.
Yes, even though we could have avoided all of this controversy.
Yes.
Probably will be awkward, so never mind. He's that guy.
I also had the male lead, the rich jerk with a heart and face of gold. Just
face of gold.
He's that one. He's the one.
lead. He's so gorgeous.
He and Mark make awkward eye contact and they're in love forever. We got our 2 leads right there.
Wow, I'd watch that show. Somebody greenlight it.
All right, Jackson.
We for sure. Oh no, we probably don't have the same thing for this. Well, I felt half-hearted about this one.
Oh.
I don't know what
Tell me your
Jackson would be.
troubles. Tell
I
me
feel
your
like
troubles.
Jackson wouldn't be a drama character. I feel like he's just every character on a variety show. Because he's so variety. Like he's so funny and effervescent and energetic. But I said he'd be like that super hype best friend character. The whole time you're like, he kind of steals all the scenes. Mm-hmm. But he's really just there for comic relief and does nothing to further the story whatsoever. Except for like maybe forget to deliver a message or something. Like complicate things further. It's like literally his only purpose.
I had very similar. He would be the chocolate abs guy. He would be the guy with no lines because they know he'd go off script. They would not trust him to have lines.
Any lines.
And he'd also have many unnecessary but very appreciated shower scenes. Just the abs.
This drama is shaping up to be my new favorite drama. Shower scenes with the mirror. Have we ever addressed the mirror in the shower?
We're going to today because it's on my list.
Okay, great.
It's on my list. Yes. All right, Jin Young.
This one we have the same for.
What do you have?
The evil mother.
Amen. The disapproving matriarch.
The disapproving matriarch who's just like that old trope of, I'll give you, how much do you want to stay away from my child?
She and Mark sit down and Jin Young's like, Mark, here's $400,000 to stay away from JB. And Mark's like, I can't speak. Like, I'm too quiet.
I'm not like other girls. I won't take the money. I would say if he's not the disproving, he could also be like the disproving, like conglomerate father. He's the evil parent.
Should be super nice, super successful, super attractive,
and like
has all the money, has everything he needs, and just doesn't want anybody else to be happy.
8 times out of 10, he comes around by the end because like he finds a long lost artifact from when his son was a child and remembers how it means to be a parent, and it changes everything, and so then everybody's happy. But for the most part, he's just causing chaos everywhere he goes for no reason.
Jin Young, why you gotta be like that?
Why you gotta be so cute?
All right, Young Jae.
I'm really curious if we have the same thing.
Okay, let's hear it.
Young Jae is the second male lead.
Hey, that's exactly
he's the
what I
second
had.
male lead because he's perfect. Why aren't we all choosing him? I choose you, Young Jae.
I had, second male lead. The person who makes everybody laugh.
Yes.
And the person who makes Mark feel better when her feelings get hurt.
He is the perfect second male lead.
And it's one of those things where it's like, why was he not your initial choice, Mark?
Seriously.
What
And
did Young Jae do to you?
I love Young Jae so much. Since the teenager video, I've been like, Young Jae, stay in your lane. And then Lullaby came out and I was like, well, you're off track all the way. You're coming right at me. Because he is smoking. I love it. And he's also so sweet. That's the second male lead thing. He's so sweet.
He's so sweet.
He's so genuine and lovely.
I'm so glad we had the right answer.
Yes.
I'm flabbergasted by it. All right, Bam Bam.
He's a different kind of second male lead who's like the bad one. Who's like Mr. Wickham in Pride and Prejudice. Like the sexy, dangerous, Chable character who's like, come to me. And the lead's like, oh, all right. I will.
So I did not have that answer, but I was reading a blog today, and this woman and her husband call that character, because it's usually like, it'd be Mark, our female lead. It would be Mark's first boyfriend when the show starts, and then ends up being his ex-boyfriend. Mm-hmm. They call it the D in the jar, where it's like the female lead puts him in a jar and wants to protect him, but he's a total D. Like, there's no reason for him to be in this jar.
That's a great term.
Yeah. You guys know what D stands for.
He doesn't need the protection.
Yes.
He needs to be in a jar to keep him away from everyone else.
Yes.
And it is sexy. It is another one where it's like, Bam Bam, you need to stay in your lane. I don't need this in my life right now.
I thought you were like 8 last week. What happened?
Again, it was like one of their recent comebacks. They released the pictures, and I'm like, who is that? He went from being like a cute little goofball to the what he is now, which is an extremely good-looking man. Sorry, everybody. I know I sound crazy. Like, I'm getting a little worked up, but have you seen him? Also, he just got a cat.
Oh boy, now he's gonna run right up Megan's list.
Did I show you that?
Megan's list.
He just got a cat.
Oh yeah, they named it King.
It's so cute.
It's a super. You did send me that on Instagram. I had a very different answer. I had that Bam Bam would be the cute little brother who provides comic relief throughout the show.
I don't know what your little brother looks like. Look at this picture. He's out of control.
Yeah.
A cat, though. No, that's a good answer. I'm not dissing your answer, but I am.
My brother does not look like Bam Bam. You got me there. Does not look like him. All right, Yugyeom. Am I saying that wrong? Lear said that we have to leave a space in between it.
Yugyeom.
Yugyeom. Is that right, Lear? Let us know.
Yugyeom. Because we were saying like Yugyeom. But I think it's Yugyeom.
All right. What do you got?
I'm still going to screw that up because my brain. Anyway. So I guess I'm not thinking of these characters as all being in the same drama.
Oh, well, that's
so
all right.
They're all in different dramas. So I had he would be the like tsundere male lead, where it's like the guy who you've been friends with forever and he kind of picks on you, but then he gets super jealous all the time and you're like, you have to decide. And it's sort of like with JB never wanting to have a conversation to say where he like will not admit that he likes the female lead. He just won't do it. It's so obvious, but like he will never admit it. And then we'll probably lose her. And then there's too much drama and I stop watching, so I don't know what happens.
And that's where I picks up for me.
And that's where Becca's like, finally.
Our feelings getting hurt? Let's dig into this.
Is everyone miserable? Oh, it's the song of my people.
That is so true. What is wrong with me?
Where as soon as one person's hurt, I'm like, no, I cannot do this, no.
And I'm just like, oh, only one person is
You're
hurt?
like, yeah.
I'm probably going to stop watching.
Seems like lazy writing, if you ask me.
All right, I had that Yugyeom.
Yugyeom
Yugyeom would be the frenemy. he would be like the best friend of Mark, but then like halfway through the show, something would happen either in their career or personal life where he would get jealous.
What character you mean?
And then they would like fight, or he would try to sabotage Mark in some way. And yeah,
I'm rooting for Mark. I gotta be honest.
Well, I might root for Yugyeom because
you know what? I would root for Yugyeom
some misery.
too.
I want some misery in there.
Also, Yugyeom's so cute. Also, Yugyeom's also coming for us.
Yeah, guys, that Lullaby music video. Yugyeom was the one that really got my attention.
He needs more solo dance breaks. They're all incredible dancers, but man, watching him dance is just captivating. He is so good.
I have no commentary.
I can't even
I have
walk
no words that could advance this conversation.
Stairs without falling. I'm so uncoordinated. It hurts.
All right, Samantha. I hope that was good. I hope that's what you were hoping for.
When you first said that, I was like, why is she calling me Samantha?
Samantha.
I was like, this is like a Tumble Bumps and Bangs reference I've forgotten. No, it's our friend Samantha.
Okay, should we dig into
Let's
our topic?
do it. Yes.
How to fall in love according to a K-drama. Oh, I got some good stuff to talk about here today.
I like kind of how you were explaining to me how you have this going. So you just take it away.
Okay.
And I'll just react to you.
Okay. Again, I took way too many notes because that's what I do.
Wait a minute, you?
I know. But
Notes?
we're not going to go over all this.
Or maybe we will. And you know what? That's our prerogative.
That
'cause
happens
you know what?
sometimes.
We're in a basement with a couple of mics and no one to tell us no.
So here we go. How to fall in love according to a K-drama. Yeah. So we're going to put this in the context of you, sweet listener, want to fall in love. Mm-hmm. What can you do to make that happen? Number one, it helps if you're poor.
You should have no money. You should have a lot of debt.
You should also have about 6 part-time jobs.
So I do want to say for the record, so far so good on my end. It's a big old check mark.
Step 2. You should also never be afraid to speak your mind, except when you're in love. But we'll get to that later.
Check. Double check marks.
Megan's going to be in love by the end of this show.
So far, so good.
All right, a couple of things that I need to like preface with as well. So it helps if you, listener, have those 2 things going for you. But a few tips as to like when you're going to fall in love according to K-dramas. You're going to want to wait until you have 2 viable options.
Yes.
One of them is going to be a jerk.
Hang on. At least 2.
At least 2.
At least
Sometimes
2.
we're up to 4.
You should probably live with one or both of them also.
Yeah, it's not complicated. Trust me. It's going to make your life
better.
Sight
unseen. Never seen these people. Also, they should be the hottest guys you've ever met.
Ever.
Without question.
Ever. But whenever they show any slice of skin, you need to act extremely embarrassed.
Run. Cover those eyes.
Oh, your elbow's peeking out. Oh, no.
I'm a single woman. How dare you?
Oh my gosh.
Can I also say that with specifically those tips, it's also just as in real estate, location. Because if you don't live with a hot guy that you hate, you should live right next door to him.
Or like above him.
Above him is fine.
Yeah.
Below him is fine. Within, like, your units should connect so that you literally can't avoid him. That's very important.
You should also probably work together.
Absolutely.
It helps if he's your boss, too.
It also helps if you have a tragic past that you've both forgotten. Like you've both been through something together as children that changed the course of your lives.
But neither of you remember.
And you definitely don't know it was with the other one. But you should have some little token from childhood that's going to trigger that memory. So, guys, if you're over like 12 and you haven't already done this, you're kind of out of luck.
So to all of our 12 and under crowd.
12 and under, you get out there and get that token.
Start collecting those tokens.
It's like a trail of historical breadcrumbs. So that you can relive your past traumas over and over, but it's all in the pursuit of love.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right. You also need a quirky and completely supportive best friend.
Oh, girl, check. Yeah. We both have. You can check that one off your list, hon. Because I'm here for ya.
So once you have yourself being poor, bad work situation,
Terrible.
but you speak your mind,
Very much.
you got to have a traumatic past,
Yep.
have 2 to 4 options in your life of men,
All right. Aside from that one, I'm on board pretty good so far.
and then have a quirky best friend.
Can we go back to the options real quick?
Absolutely. I have them written down if you want me to read them.
Please.
Okay, so you're going to have the jerk,
Okay.
usually like a rich, extremely lonely man
Very hot.
who's not nice to you at all.
Also very hot.
Becca. He's super attractive. Then you're going to have your backup plan. Nicest guy in the world. He's been there for you since day one. And you just kind of look at him as a brother, which is your mistake.
Question about him.
Yes.
Is he super hot?
He's super hot.
Okay.
Super hot.
All right. So far, so good.
All right, third option.
Yes.
Now this guy, we all know he has no chance. He's in the storyline because he's super hot.
Okay. 3. That's good.
Usually he's a younger man. As a
I
side
was
note.
just going to say, it's
Like
the
a
younger
neighbor.
one. It's the younger guy.
He's the one that's
who's
gonna call you
always
Noona.
making some like questionable little passes at you, and you're like, all right, enough. But in your head, you're like, yeah. Say that again.
You're like, hey, your tricycle, you didn't lock it up. Somebody's going to steal it.
And
And then
he's
as he
like,
walks away, you're like, I mean, I
you
wouldn't say
grew
no.
up well.
And then the fourth option, usually, does not have to be, is an ex-boyfriend.
Your first love.
Your first love.
Except for he's not your first love, because your first love is the jerk, but you've forgotten because of your trauma.
Right. Trauma is always in there.
Trauma.
So, yeah, the D in the jar, as that woman
D in
calls
the
it.
jar.
You need a D in the jar.
Yeah, we've all got that.
And he's going to come back frequently and try to mess with you
And
when he
really
realizes
just
that
screw
you're
it
falling
up.
in love.
Yes. And then you're going to be like, you're going to let it happen for far too long.
Far too long. Couple other quick notes about location. Number 1, bad things happen on the banks of the Han River. So you're going to want to keep that in mind as you fall in love.
Which, when she says bad things happen, that means you're going to want to go there a lot.
A lot.
Because you will need to be rescued frequently.
We're talking drownings, breakups,
Yes.
possible murders
All the time.
at the Han River.
Yeah.
You want to go cry? Go to the Han River and let's just see how much worse your day can get.
That reminds me of another thing. You should always, with specifically the Han River and elsewhere, be in the right place at the right time. But by the right place, we mean the wrong place.
Yes.
Because if you're in the wrong place at the right time, you're gonna fall in love.
You're going to fall in love. It's not going to be the traditional path.
No.
But who wants to be normal?
What's a traditional path?
Who wants to be average?
What, you meet somebody at work and you go on a date and then there you go? Psh, that's not how
I did it the wrong way.
Me too, girl.
This is life advice from your unnies.
We can tell you now.
Do it this
Not
way.
once have I ever been rescued.
Also, like I said, you want to break up with somebody? Go to the Han River. Preferably when there's like illuminated lights in the background.
Yes.
Maybe some fireworks.
Yes.
You could probably talk about water ghosts. I feel like that happens quite a bit too.
On the bright side, when you break up with them, they're probably going to be completely cool with it. And they're just going to be like, well, since you've said it so nicely. Because that's how breakups in K-dramas, like 80% of the
Always
time, it's
happen.
like, I know you could never love me the way that I love you. And I love you so much that I can just live with that. And it's like, yeah, that's not how that happens.
But at least we're doing it at the Han River.
He's going to throw your VCR out of the window.
All right, 2 other quick things about location. You're going to want to prove that you're in Seoul at some point, so you got to go to Namsan Tower. I don't care what it's for. You just got to go.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter if it's a date.
You know, it's
Cold
just-
weather.
It's honestly just geographic proof. The Han, or not the Han River, the Namsan Tower, I feel like maybe like one of 2 other places will qualify.
Jeju Island, maybe.
Yeah, but then you got to make it a whole thing.
Yeah,
Like,
it's got to be
yeah.
like a whole
We're,
trip.
this is a what do you call that? A destination show.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then one last thing, you're gonna want to get a makeover, at least one.
Well, I was gonna say
You're
one.
You're not good enough to fall in love the way you are.
No.
BTS says love yourself, but if you want to fall in love, don't change everything
Yeah.
about you.
Basically, take you and then make it completely different. Take everything about you that we're supposed to believe, like all the quirky weirdo stuff about you that initially we're like, this is why this person is special.
This is why Mark isn't like the other girls.
This is why we love her. This person. Like, this lead is the lead because she's a weirdo. Oh, but now she looks like something I understand. Okay. This makes sense now.
All right. So, again, quick note. This is not life advice. This is if you want to fall in love according to a K-drama. We honestly do believe you're perfect the way you are.
Legit, if you wanted to try these tips.
Hey,
I
start
mean,
a blog. I'd read it.
Yeah, me too.
All right. So what I did then is I wrote down like 12 big things that will happen in your relationship. And we're just gonna go from there.
I love it.
So here we go. Now that you've got everything you need to fall in love.
Oh, can I add one last thing?
Yes, please.
You should probably have very slow reflexes.
Yes.
Because one, you're going to need to fall down on top of people a lot so that you accidentally kiss them. And also, frequently people are going to be grabbing at your various parts of your body to stop you mid-motion when you're leaving. And if you're too quick, you won't be stopped. You'll get out of their grasp. And that's a one-way ticket to singledom, ladies.
So be clumsy and slow.
Be clumsy and just when people grab your wrist, instead of being like, why are you touching me? Which is what you should say in real life. Don't touch me. Be like, oh, I can't move.
Also, you should probably be very healthy and I hate to say thin, but you should probably be extremely in shape, but just really bad with reflexes.
Also, you should eat constantly and not gain any weight. Because I feel like that's always the thing. It's like, oh, she eats all the time, which is another reason we love her.
Look at how quirky she is.
You know what? When I eat all the time, people are like, aren't you full yet? And I'm like, no, leave me alone.
Now pass the Oreos.
Where are the Oreos?
All right, so let's go. Step 1. Uh-oh, you're falling down.
Not again.
Now, whether it's unstable shoes or a crack in the sidewalk.
Oh, or both.
You need to fall over to fall in love.
Yes.
And you need to land on this jerk that we've been telling you about that you need to gather before you fall in love.
And it honestly doesn't matter if you don't know him yet or if you've known him for a long time. It'll work either way.
You have to.
Yeah.
Because then what's going to happen is you're going to have an accidental moment of skinship, as we call it.
Yes.
Full-on, full-body skinship.
If K-dramas have taught us anything, that like human-to-human contact leads humans to completely freeze for like 45 seconds. You can't move. You go into a state of paralysis.
It's like a freeze tag game.
It is. And while your brain is trying to process the romance that is brewing, you just can't move.
So that's when you make eye contact with this person. Now, you don't have to make eye contact before your lips touch.
No.
Your lips can touch first.
Much better to never make eye contact if your lips are touching. Your eyes should be open, but you should be looking opposite directions.
So when you finally look up into the jerk's eyes, the gaze is deep, but the feels are deeper.
Oh, yes.
And love has started to bloom.
Yes.
But neither of you know it yet.
Or if you know it, you're going to deny it. Because what's the fun in just admitting it?
There's no fun in admitting
it.
Fun. All right, so now you've probably cut yourself because you fell down.
Well, and you're like bleeding way too much for the amount of cut.
Way too much.
Like it's worrisome.
And lead guy isn't hurt at all, but he's very concerned about his appearance, so he just gets up and leaves you there.
Yes.
Which is where the second guy will come in.
Yes.
And he will pick you up and care for you and give you bandages. But again, you just kind of look at him as like, oh, that's so convenient that you were here for me, hot guy.
This is just what humans do. I'm surrounded by ridiculously good-looking Good Samaritans.
It's just human nature. It's just life. That's just what it is.
If I had a nickel for every time I fell and injured myself and a gorgeous man came to my aid, I would have $0.
Now, side note, something that's happening simultaneously is there's an antagonist. Maybe an ex-girlfriend, maybe a mother. Somebody sees a skinship happens and they are not happy.
And wouldn't you know, what a coincidence that they just happen to be
They
nearby.
just happen to be there.
I hate it when that happens.
So you're starting to fall in love, but you're going to hit your first roadblock, and that's this antagonist, whoever she is. She's probably a Jin Young.
And either way, she's better than you.
Always.
Like,
in every area.
Whatever. She's prettier. She's richer. She's more successful.
She's Mark.
She's perfect.
Yeah, it's not fair. All right, so step 2, right? We starting to fall in love, maybe you think, but with not the right guy.
Because you've also, like, had several encounters, unplanned, coincidental encounters.
All the time.
That just, you keep in a city the size of Seoul with what is, I have to guess is millions of people in it. You just keep keep running into each other. You know all the same people.
What are the chances?
You come from totally different backgrounds, totally different realms,
social circles.
You know all the same people. And you just keep running into each other.
It's like the Kevin Bacon thing, the 6 degrees of separation.
Except for here, there's literally 2 degrees between you and the man that you're in love with.
It's like the metric system. It just converts differently. Once you go to Asia, it downgrades from 6 to 2.
That was like a really smart reference. That definitely gets a Becca.
All right, so now we're going to go on to this would be maybe the next episode where you still want to fall in love. Well, nice guy does something nice. Again.
I hate it when he does
nice
that.
Nice guy's just constantly
nice guy.
nice.
You're just setting yourself up for a bigger disappointment. You're making this harder for all of us.
But you know what happens, Megan? Dream guy, jerk guy, just happens to see it. He sees nice guy being nice, and he doesn't like it.
He says, anyone being nice to her will be nice to her over my dead body. Because it's like not even that he doesn't even realize it's because it's something nice. It's something, it doesn't matter. He doesn't want anyone to do anything at you.
The problem is jerk sees it and he feels things.
He thinks he just wants you to be sad, I think.
He feels things and all of a sudden he feels possessive of you because he feels things and that gives him the right to own you.
Yes.
Because he has a lot of money and he can own whatever he wants to own. So he intervenes and he rips you away from nice guy. And then when you're like, what was that? And you're like, maybe he likes me. Then he insults you to your face.
Oh, yes.
Oh, just a blatant, terrible insult.
And nice guy's so nice, he would never physically jerk you away from someone.
Ever.
Because you know what? That's aggressive and wrong.
Basically, jerk guy is going back to his caveman roots.
Yes.
And he's asserting this act of dominance, which clearly means we will be in love.
Yes.
But I'm going to insult you and neither of us knows we're in love yet.
Because we got to drag this out as long as we can.
Why is it like this?
Yeah.
So, jerk, when you're not around now, has to grapple with these emotions. These things he doesn't, these unconstrained feelings that you referenced in our last podcast.
He just keeps thinking about you.
And he's a busy guy.
And he's like, what's my brain doing?
What is my heart feeling?
Which I will frequently, side note, find myself in the middle of K-dramas going like, I bet you I've never met a single guy who thinks this much about a crush.
Even the girl he's absolutely in love with.
Yeah, and I can't say that that's not true because I've never been inside a man's head. But I just feel like we really give them a lot more credit than they deserve.
All the time.
As far as like how frequently they think. Because as women, it's like shoved into our brains from childhood. Like, Prince Charming, I'm going to obsess. And you know what? It worked on me. I do. I'm not proud of it. It's because of culture. It's not my fault.
So you know what he does, Megan?
No.
This is the thing that we talked about earlier. He feels things and he doesn't know what they are, so he goes home to take a shower. There's a full-length mirror in that shower, and he gazes deep into his eyes while the water hits his face and runs down his body, and he just has to look into his own soul and try to grasp what's happening.
Because the best way to clear your head is to stare into your own eyes while you're butt naked.
You guys, if this happens, congratulations. You're falling in love. If the jerk that is following you around goes home and stares into his own eyes, you're pretty much married.
We're not saying you should call him and say, hey, did you shower today? Okay, second question. Do you have a full-length mirror in your shower? All right, third follow-up. Did you look deeply into it while thinking about me? But if you want to know, sometimes you got to ask the hard questions.
I'm dying.
So if you're at this point, you're like, what the heck are they talking about? Tell us you haven't noticed frequently in dramas that the male lead will be showering in a shower with a mirror.
A full-length mirror.
What is that?
I can list at least 4 shows where this has happened.
I just feel like I try to think of it from a practical standpoint. Like, oh yeah, it makes sense to have a mirror in your shower. But does it? Because you can't, like, do your hair. You're showering.
Well, also, it's a mirror. The scientific properties of a mirror would make it steamed up.
Which now my question is, are those poor guys showering in frigid water?
Well, they're trying to get the heat out of their veins from being in love. Maybe.
Becca. That was good.
The metric system and science.
Science.
What's I'm bringing to the table
She's
today.
Brilliant.
Now, while this is all happening and he's cleansing himself emotionally and physically.
Of the disgust that is love. The weakness that is romance.
Something bad should probably happen to you.
Well,
whether it's family drama or you get fired from your job, something bad needs to happen to you.
But don't worry, you're used to it.
And you know what else? Nice guy's going to be there to bring you coffee and tell you everything's okay.
And you're going to genuinely believe him, but still feel kind of disappointed. Because you just never are quite on board with nice guy.
Even though he's smoking hot.
Guys, nice guy's he's a good option.
He's a great option.
What's with your brains?
He's a great option. All right, let's go into the next step now. We're in step 3.
Ready.
So nice guy's giving you a helping hand because that's what nice guy does.
With no expectations for anything in return.
But there's a scheming mother-in-law.
Not again.
And she's in town to visit. Mm-hmm. She sees that you're looking at Jerk, her son. Mm-hmm. And she knows, well, she doesn't know. She thinks that you're after money or power or worse, both.
Ooh.
And you know what else? How dare you take that jerk of a son and try to make him a decent human being? He's got business to do.
He was fine before. He was walking through crowds like with music playing and everybody turned to look at him and everyone's scared of him and you're like, that's sexy.
It's just is what it is.
Yeah.
But you know what's going to happen? You're not going to listen to her. You're going to speak your mind and say, BTS taught me to love myself.
Because you're not like other girls.
Mark, you're not like other girls.
You're different.
You like the jerk guy.
You're going to fight for what you want.
Now, what needs to happen is one of you needs to get a cold.
Preferably one that seems like it's either a cold or the Ebola virus. Like, it is treated as though it is going to kill you, but then you get to the hospital, like he carries you barefoot to the hospital and he's bleeding, and then it's like, oh, she was tired and stressed.
My favorite of all time. It was indigestion.
Oh, she just needed to burp. But it's a turning point nonetheless.
But what happens again is A, you get some skinship with hot guy, even though he's a jerk. Mm-hmm. B, he's starting to show that he's a human. Yes. Maybe he has a few emotions.
He can't let you die from stress on the ground.
And 3, you get to use a fun play on words where you're like, is it hot in here or is it my fever?
And then hot guy leaves because he's like, oh God.
Oh, one of those girls.
No.
Oh, I didn't. A woman with a sense of humor.
This is not what I signed up for.
What a turnoff.
Disgusting.
All right, let's go into the next step. Mm-hmm. Step 4, right? So mother-in-law hates you. Hates you.
Again, for a very good reason, which is no reason.
Which is no reason at all.
No.
Because you are involved with her golden child.
All the things that make you so lovable to the male lead are what she hates. You're poor.
Yep.
You're smart.
Yep.
And you're not like other girls.
You're not like other girls. You probably got a sense of humor.
No.
And what? You speak your mind, and when you're feeling something, you admit to it? Ugh.
That's definitely disgusting.
What are you, a barbarian?
Yeah, disgusting.
Who raised you?
Just bad.
So to stir things up, mom instigates some drama. Doesn't matter what it is, just drama.
No, she probably sends hot girl from before to do her little slimy thing.
But to compensate, you go get drunk. Now, there needs to be at least one obligatory drunk scene.
Yes.
Has to be.
Yes.
If you don't get drunk, you're not going to fall in love.
And you're drinking levels of alcohol that would actually kill most people. Because I feel like all these scenes, there's like 12 empty bottles of soju, and you're by yourself.
And you weigh 100 pounds.
This is not
on
healthy.
A fat day.
It is actually going to kill you.
And also, okay, I do love, this is a quick side note, in K-dramas, how they're constantly talking about Asians don't have some sort of property in their bloodstream to digest alcohol as easily as people of other cultures.
Wait, really?
They're constantly saying it in K-dramas.
This is in dramas?
Yes, I've seen it a million times where they're like, oh, she doesn't have whatever, so she can't break down alcohol as easily. So she should not be getting drunk. But she drinks like copious amounts of soju.
This is real?
I have no idea if it's real.
Like, it's real in the dramas?
Yes. Like, Love and Trouble, they did it. They're like, oh, yeah, she doesn't have that. It was second lawyer, original girlfriend of Ji Chang-wook's character.
Can't even remember.
Oh, she was so cute. But anyway, and she was like super drunk, and the one girl's like, yeah, she doesn't have that whatever that can break down alcohol. And I'm like, is this the thing?
Science fails us all of a sudden because I have no idea what this is.
So you should probably go get drunk.
Yeah, oh yeah.
If you want to fall in love, you need to get drunk.
I'm drunk right now.
Absolutely. Now, nice guy shows up. He does a one-shot with you because he knows. They always happen to know when you're one shot away from passing out and they can get you out of there safely.
And also, tonight's about you. He's going to do only things that help you. So if one shot will do it, he's going to stop. Because tonight's about you.
Tonight's about you, Mark. Mm-hmm. It's all about you. It's your dream day.
Poor Mark.
So he wants to make sure you get home safely in the nicest way possible. Piggyback ride.
Yes.
Because when you're drunk and your stomach is upset, you want to be bounced around for blocks.
Yes.
Also, probably take your shoes off for that piggyback ride.
Absolutely.
Just carry him. Mm-hmm. It's fine. Or better yet, make him carry him. Now, because you're drunk and he's obviously the perfect choice, this is a great time for him to confess to you.
Yes.
It's the perfect time.
It's actually foolproof because if you don't go for it, there's a chance you won't remember in the morning. So nice guy's not dumb.
He's got a good poker hand.
He's smart.
He knows what's going to happen here. So he says something very, very subtle. Like, you are my reason for breathing.
Yes.
I cannot live without you.
Don't be burdened, but my life revolves around you. You are my son.
I'm so uncomfortable hearing
it's
you
all
say that.
for you, Damien.
But you know what? Here's what happens. You wake up in the morning. You are too drunk to remember. Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, this conversation basically didn't happen.
Did
so
not
lucky
happen.
for him, because you would not have gone for it, because he's just like, he's so nice.
He's just the nice guy. So, all right, let's go to the next step. Things are going really good.
They're like apple. Oh. We're eating cookies, guys.
Oh, you're really good. Mm-hmm. All right, now you're tired and you're hungover. And you work with Jerk.
Story of my life.
You work with Jerk. And he knows you're tired and hungover, and he gets a little frustrated. But you got to go somewhere, and conveniently, his driver's busy. So you got to take public transportation. Now, guys, this is a must to fall in love. Mm-hmm. You have to take public transportation with him, and you got to fall asleep on his shoulder.
Because you're tired and hungover.
And you're tired and hungover, and if you don't fall asleep, how is he going to look at you and, like, almost touch your face, but then at the last minute pull his hand away?
This is actually a really important tip, because you're far more lovable while asleep. It turns out. Because usually that's the moment they realize, I love this sleeping person.
But you also need to fall asleep in a manner where your head is bobbing and he gently guides it onto his shoulder. It's not like a coincidence that your head falls on his shoulder.
Do you know how many times
he puts it there?
First of all, when I'm on the bus and I fall asleep, it's not next to a hot guy. It's next to like an old lady that does not want anything to do with it.
Who probably smells like soup.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, Susan. Or it's against the window and I bang my head on the window and it hurts for days.
Well, you know what's going to happen is you're going to wake up and he's going to act annoyed that you were on his shoulder. Even though you don't know that he put your gosh darn head there.
Also, we're on like episode 12 and you're still pretending like you hate each other and I'm over it.
You know what? Because insecurities.
Because no reason.
Because no reason. So
you already know you just want to spend all your time together. And you're very physically attracted to each other. But that's probably just because you hate each other.
Yes. There's also so much sexual tension in the air. People around you can physically feel this tension.
You're starting to make other people uncomfortable, guys. It's honestly at this point just sort of offensive and really rude.
Now, about this time, though, nice guy's not going to have a big part of your life, but when he does, he's just there being nice. So just keep in mind, he's still being the perfect angel.
He's fine.
He's at home while you're at home, while you're out and about on public transportation. He's at your house watering your plants,
and he thinks, maybe there's still a chance. I shouldn't give up ever.
Maybe she has a childhood token that will link us together forever.
Basically, she said there's no chance, but I'm gonna take that to mean maybe. Always a maybe. It's a big maybe for me.
So now you're contemplating, do I confess to this dreamy jerk? Do I actually take that step and do it? So what you need to do now, let's all practice together. Take your cell phone out, hold it up, open a blank text message, type, I love you. Now just let your thumb hover over that send button for like 10 minutes.
You want to know what would be less risky? Skydiving. Without a rope. Just jumping off of a high platform. Why you feel the need to take this risk? I don't know. Just freaking tell him.
So eventually, probably hours later, you decide this is a bad idea. So you just turn your phone off. Now, if you're in the fortunate few, and there are a few, you accidentally hit the send button.
And by few, she means all of them.
Yes, but hopefully, fingers crossed, you're one of the lucky girls who doesn't do it. So, later, something happens, and this is where my favorite thing ever, maybe, in a K-drama. You get the insult sandwich, which is also a confession. So something happens.
I can't wait to hear this.
Something happens where he's going to sandwich this confession in between two insults.
Mm-hmm.
So he would say something like, hey, dummy, I like you, even if you're ugly. And congratulations, you are now in love.
My heart just leapt into my throat because that was so romantic.
I've been practicing all day.
Oh my God.
I'm practicing all day.
Hey, I love, it's a ding Mr. Darcy effect. I like you even though I shouldn't.
Yes.
Even though I know it's stupid, I like you.
I like you so much. So,
Oh, well,
guys,
in that case.
let's all take notes. It's an insult, confession, and then an insult. Insult.
The insults are
sandwich.
very important.
But like I said, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a good day. You're in love.
Yeah.
Until tragic setback.
Oh, gosh.
So let's go on to the next stage here. I did write out wee you, because you're gonna go to the hospital for something,
And this time it's not stress.
and it's not stress.
It's like a broken ankle.
It's either
but
like you're hurt, or like your dad's hurt,
Yes.
or your best friend is hurt. So you're going to the hospital.
Whoever is hurt is also in a coma.
And they're probably gonna have amnesia.
It's going to last a while.
But you know what?
No one knows what's wrong.
Who knows? Maybe you got into a fight and you were just rendered swimless. Whatever the reasons, you're going to the hospital.
going.
And you know what? If you go to the hospital, at least you're living, right? You're still alive.
We're okay.
I mean, it's fine. So Jerk is going to show up and he's going to hold your hand. Mm-hmm. And this is the thing I don't necessarily understand, and it might be a translation problem, but he's going to claim to be your guardian.
Yes.
Always.
And they are not going to check up on that.
No. He's just going to say, I am her guardian. And they'll say, oh, that's great. Sign here.
You look wealthy and trustworthy.
We're not going to ask you at all how you're related to this woman.
That's fine.
No. Also, though, he's going to pay cash for your hospital bill.
Yes.
And he's going to make a point to tell you
Which,
that
all
he paid
jokes
cash
aside,
for your hospital bill.
This is the hottest thing that will happen in this entire drama. This is what I will go home and fantasize about.
Him paying cash for your hospital bill.
A man that pays cash for my hospital bill.
You know what? And bonus, while you're sleeping, he's going to hold your hand. You won't know he's holding your hand because you're sleeping.
Yes.
But he's going to be holding
But
it.
probably when he lets go for a second, those are the moments where your fingers will twitch. So that we all know how much in love your bodies are. You can't even help it. Your body grasps his hand even when it's not there.
So now we're all thinking like, wait a minute. Does Jerk actually have a heart of gold?
Duh!
Is our female lead Mark thawing Jerk's heart?
All it took was love? What a surprise!
And now we're going to swoon. But Nice Guy shows up. And Jerk realizes that Nice Guy is better for you than Jerk is.
And you know what, guys? Jerk's
is.
allowed to make those decisions because he owns you. It just so happens that in this case, he's actually doing the right thing.
So now what's going to happen? Because you're probably comatose.
You are definitely still in a coma.
And you can't protest. So Jerk is going to decide that for your benefit, he's going to be a martyr and leave the country. So you and Nice Guy can make a real go of it.
Because what makes makes you happier than someone to decide what makes you happy.
Than for you to wake up and find out the person you love has left the country with no contact information so you could fall in love with a guy that you are not interested
Because
in.
it's for your own good.
Because feelings. Because feelings.
Those pesky feelings.
Now he also needs to leave you a note saying how he's going somewhere so he can't hurt you anymore.
And you're like, wait, what? Did he put me in a coma? Oh no, I fell off a ladder or something.
So I know you're hurting because I left, but I'm hurting you so you don't hurt anymore, is what he's saying.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're welcome. So he's going to leave no contact info. So let's keep moving on.
Yeah.
I mean, you're deep in love at this point. So you have a potentially awkward moment with nice guy. Now, this could be that you're getting out of the shower. It could be that you're going to the bathroom. It could be that you got home from the gym and you're changing your clothes, but you never lock your doors and you never check to see if anybody's in the room. And you have an awkward moment where he might have seen the slip of your ankle. And now you need to be embarrassed for a week. This needs to be drawn out for such a long period of time because your body is a temple.
And God forbid.
And it should be an underwater temple where nobody can see it. It's like an iceberg.
Especially nice guy.
We don't want an attractive man who has his life together and is in love with you to see any part of your body.
That could ruin him.
It's just absolutely going to. So, jerk is still out of the country, but now ex-girlfriend. It's a free-for-all. He's not there to protect you anymore. And you
even though
realize
he's
that
out of the
she's
picture,
scary.
Your ex-girlfriend really still is mad about something.
To the point of it being like physically disturbing.
Yeah,
like you might need,
why are you
might need
so
to call the
obsessed
cops.
with me, lady?
But now she's super mad at you because Dream Guy isn't Korea anymore. She's blaming you. That's your fault, even though he consciously made that decision while you were unconscious.
Yes, you were definitely in a coma at the time.
Yes. All right, now all of a sudden he comes back. He doesn't tell you. And you need to coincidentally, again, run into him in Seoul.
Question,
Yes.
how many years later?
I mean, that's up for grabs, guys. It's really going to be up to you. I would say safely somewhere between 3 to 7.
That's good to know.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity.
Just get out your calendar.
Yeah.
It's at least 2021 or later.
I need to know what I'm going to accomplish in those 3 to 7 years, which is like a lot sometimes and sometimes absolutely nothing.
So you accidentally run into each other. And this is the moment where, as you said, it's a first kiss. And it's a good one.
It's a good one.
And it's a good one. Because it's overdramatic and it's static. You're just standing there and your mouths are just open, touching each other. You're not moving. Neither of you are moving your lips or your bodies or your heads.
No.
You're just standing there statically, so consumed in this awkward Disney kiss. Mm-hmm. And then the camera's going to pan around you at least 30 times.
Yes.
Slow-mo, fast-mo.
And us at home are going to be like, move. Move your head. Do anything.
Are you guys breathing?
Why are you standing there? Is this a picture? It's .jpeg.
So as soon as your lips touch, guys, the key to remember here is to freeze for a very long time. Yes. Like to the point where it's making everybody uncomfortable.
And except for maybe not you, even though you're standing there still with your eyes wide open and your face is touching. You seem fine. The rest of us are like, this is not how people kiss.
I mean, maybe it's a cultural thing. Maybe we're doing it wrong.
We're doing it wrong.
All right.
I mean, in fairness, I wouldn't want to see anyone I know kissing in real life, so
it just makes me uncomfortable.
It's not a
Some
good
of them
look.
in K-dramas make me physically uncomfortable watching
girl,
them.
I saw a good one though. Recently.
Oh, you did?
Anyway, not to get off track, but
we may have to come back to that. It's a really good kiss.
That was a great kiss.
All right, guys, you're happy now. You're in love. Congratulations. Unfortunately, in order for you to fully be in love, you need to break up right now.
Yes,
I mean, we're talking, you haven't seen each other for 3 to 7 years. You get maybe an hour of pure, unadulterated bliss.
You've kissed.
And now you have to break up because reasons.
Yeah, because lots of reasons.
It doesn't really matter what they are.
Also, I feel like...
By the way, remember, you got to go to Han River for this.
Yeah. Also, I feel like in these past 3 to 7 years, you let nice guy hang around. And you shouldn't have. Just so you know, that was kind of a crappy move on your part. You should have let nice guy go.
I mean, poor nice guy.
Nice guy's got his issues, and like he honestly is a grown man and should have kind of had some self-respect and taken care of this himself. But sometimes people don't see that, and it would have really benefited you, I think, emotionally in the long run to be like, hey, nice guy, set you free.
Yes. No, you probably get handcuffs. Make sure he's there as long as possible, even though you're clearly just like, I don't like you.
Keep leading him on.
Don't like me because I don't like you.
Because why would you say that? That means that I like you. How many times do we have to tell you that?
So, yeah. Okay, so you're at Han River. You're breaking up after an hour of being completely happy and in love. After 7 years.
Things were really looking up for a hot sec.
For a hot sec. Now, this is where he needs to tell you, let's end it here. That has to be said.
Straight to the heart. That hurt. It's not even a real scenario when it hurt.
You also need to swear to never see him again. Because now you're hurting him so you can't hurt him. Now you need to reverse that role. Now you need to be the martyr. Even though reasons, we don't know. We don't know what those are.
Reasons are tough, okay?
Unless you have reasons, don't judge my reasons. Yeah.
Everyone's reasons are valid.
Walk a mile in my reasons before you talk to me.
Girl, I see your reasons.
Now, you're going to want to walk away at this point. But this is where the slow reflexes are going to come in. Because he's going to stop you by slamming his arm into the wall against a bridge at Han River.
Now, you might think, wow, what an aggressive move.
No, friends. He's going to block your path and cage you in like an assault is going to happen. Like in a normal situation, this would be very scary.
Yes,
but
you should run.
You must persist because reasons.
You have yours, he has his.
So this is another thing that I love is you're going to go home now and you're going to take your battery out of your cell phone and just leave it there. You're not going to worry about work or your parents or your best friend or your quirky little brother.
Because you know what?
Reasons.
They're not important right now.
How dare they be selfish? They're so selfish.
You need a lot of time to think about just this one thing.
Consequences be darned.
A lot of time.
The battery is not going back in that cell phone.
Because, you know what? That's the only way for him to contact you.
Even though he probably lives next door.
He definitely lives in the same apartment.
He might even live in the same apartment as you.
He's your landlord.
So let's go on to step 9. We're almost done. It's only a 12-step program to fall in love. Depression. Just complete and utter depression.
Easiest step, am I right? I know I got it down.
All hope is gone. Cue the rain. You're going to go out in that rain. You get extra points. You're probably going to fall deeper in love if you have an umbrella and you bring it and you don't use it. It just is an unnecessary prop.
God.
So now we have like a montage of your best friend trying to help you. Because she's fun and supportive at all times.
Oh, and a memory montage also.
Oh, yeah. You need to go back to the first time that you fell and your lips grazed.
Like all the times he was mean to you.
You also need to go back in this montage in your head of all the times that you weren't conscious, but he was there helping you, and you just happen to remember these all of a sudden.
Thankfully.
Through
osmosis. You retained it.
So, best friend, and guess who else shows up to help you? Nice guy.
God, let nice guy go.
Nice guy. He's going to bring you food. He's going to clean your apartment. He's going to stare holes into your head while you sleep.
Because he thinks you're more important.
Yes.
Than anything.
Also cue the overdramatic crying. Over the top, silly, dramatic crying.
Yes, but still somehow you look gorgeous. That's the really amazing thing about this crying.
And also, you never sniff.
No snot.
Just
constant, beautiful tears.
Beautiful. It's the Han River flowing down your face.
It's just stunning.
And yeah, you look gorgeous.
You look great.
You've never looked better.
Honestly, this suits you. You've found your niche.
All right, let's go to step 10. I don't know what happens. Situations.
Okay.
You had me at situation.
I'm listening.
And then we have a trench coat and a back hug.
And I hope a call to the police. Because
for a possible abduction.
That sounds horrible. to me.
Seriously, are you even in love if you don't get a back hug?
I guess this is why I'm not in a K-drama. I would assault someone giving me a back hug for assuming they were assaulting me.
Well, you happen to run into Dream Guy, and he's still a jerk. Not as much to you anymore.
But he's a jerk because he's so in love with you.
And
so it makes it fine.
Reasons.
Also reasons.
And now you understand his reasons.
Yeah.
And he knows yours, and he's not supportive, but he knows you have reasons too.
And honestly, the more you throw your reasons in his face, he's going to kind of forget about his reasons.
So you go to leave, and he stops you with this heartfelt back hug.
Luckily, he has no willpower.
No.
That's the beauty of it, because you know that whole thing where he was like, you're better off without me? He didn't mean that.
He was kidding.
Yeah, he never intended to
He learned that line on TV. He didn't even really know what it meant.
The fact that he made it 3 to 7 years is very impressive.
It's amazing.
Yes.
Groundbreaking. So, yay, you're in love. Love wins again.
How's it feel, guys?
At least until we have another tragic setback.
Not again.
Now, preferably, this is a car crash. Or just
Okay.
he's walking across the street and gets hit by a car.
We now know we're definitely falling in love in a Becca drama. Because in a Megan drama, the back hug would have sealed the deal. We'd be done. No more tragedy.
Hey, man, those taxis come out of nowhere. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. So let's go to step 11. Now he's in the hospital.
Oh,
Now you've changed roles. Now you're sitting there staring holes into his head while he's, I don't know, doing his thing. Now, again, bonus points if you run by the stretcher and hold his hand.
Yes.
If you chant prayers while you're running by the stretcher.
Crying beautifully again.
You need to be sobbing. And the biggest step here is you need to forbid him from dying.
You can't die.
You can't leave me here.
I've waited 3 to 7 years.
We've been through situations. #reasons.
Forget all of our reasons. None of the reasons matter.
Wow. Now this is also, because this is a Becca drama now, apparently.
Ugh.
Best friend and you are going to fight about something right when you need her most.
It's probably because, A, you've really been ignoring best friend's deal. Like, best friend has a whole deal of her own that's legitimately, in a real person scenario, way worse than what you're going through. And you have not been a good friend.
You've not been there.
Secondly,
You've been a total Susan.
You've been a real Susan. The other option is that best friend is a Megan, and she's like, how did we get into this drama? This is too much. All of this could have been avoided.
So you turn against each other. Now this is also the episode where Nice Guy's there to help you.
What?
But he finally realizes watching you sob dramatically over your comatose boyfriend's body, he's just never gonna win this game.
It's probably a good time to give up, Nice Guy.
So it's probably he's gonna give up. Again, right when you need him.
Yes.
You've lost your boyfriend, you've lost your best friend, and you've lost your backup plan.
Mm-hmm.
That was never really your backup plan.
No.
The worst possible thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go into the last step.
Oh, God.
Just resolution.
And it'll happen quick.
It'll happen real quick.
A little anticlimactic.
Yeah. And usually there's like a good hour where we're going to shove in a wedding, maybe some babies.
Yeah.
Little happily ever after.
Basically, this is the part I'll never watch.
Yes, this is the stuff that Megan skips. Also, Mom doesn't hate you anymore.
You know what? A coma will do it. Almost always. Kind of resets your old brain, doesn't it? Resets the old priorities.
So let's that's a 12-step plan that we've laid out for you to fall in love according to K-dramas. I don't think there's no possible way for this to go wrong.
I was fully on board through the be poor part. After that, it got away from me a little bit.
But here are a few takeaways. I got 3 key takeaways. Girls like bad boys.
Ain't that the truth?
Nice guys finish last.
Also very true.
And let's just all enjoy the fan service. Let's all enjoy the broad shoulders, the steamy shower scenes where he's gazing into his own eyes, the really sweet scenes where she's comatose and he's doing something nice for her, but then she wakes up and he insults her. Let's just all life's short.
It's nice.
Let's
enjoy for a second the idea that the bus is a fun place to be. A fun and sexy place to be.
Let's just get on board with the idea that we can eat ramen every day.
No consequences.
And look like an idol.
And drink copious amounts
of alcohol
and be no problem.
and still function the next day.
Or even if you are hungover, it just makes you more attractive. It's
sign
somehow
me up.
more endearing.
Sign me up. I think that's all I got. Did I miss anything? You know what? I know I missed one thing, but I kind of said it with like he slams his arm against a wall so you can't leave. I missed the wrist grab, Megan.
The wrist grab.
It's gotta, I mean, you weren't really in love if he doesn't grab your wrist angrily while you walk away.
Do you know how many times I have to be like, Jeff, will you grab my wrist? And he's like, no, that's so aggressive. I will not do that. And I'm like, thank you. That is really, really threatening. I appreciate it, honestly.
That's the answer I needed to hear, Jeff.
That's correct. You win. You win this round.
But then he's like, but I mean, I'll give you a back hug.
And I'm like, get the heck away from me, you monster. I don't want it.
Oh, did I miss anything else?
No, I'm tired, though.
Oh, I'm sorry.
From that whole experience.
But you're in love.
This is the thing about nice guy. I feel like that nice guy. I just want to keep coming back to nice guy. I feel like I'm having such second thoughts about nice guy. We spent a lot of time defending nice guy in an entire episode. And now I'm like, nice guy has some issues to work on. What are you doing, man?
He hates himself, clearly.
Nice guy, seriously.
He hates himself.
You gotta get on with your life. Yikes. If that happened in real life.
Hashtag reasons.
Hashtag nice guy, your reasons are not hashtag holding up.
Hashtag move on.
Move on with your life.
All right. Should we play our last game?
Yes.
Can I have another cookie? Because that was really good.
Have as many as you want. So,
Thank you.
Fun fact, I think these are apple and these are lemon.
Are they lemon?
Those are apple.
Oh, which one? Oh, I just
Lemon is
I
this
just
one.
fingered your apple.
I'm gonna finger your lemon. There you go.
Thank you.
I'll leave you the apple that you touched.
All right. Hashtag tumble bus and bangs.
Yes.
All right, let's play our second game for Samantha. Oh, Sarah, I hope you like that topic. I hope we did that justice.
I seriously would watch that drama. That
I
you
would
just
watch
outlined.
it. Specifically if it was cast with the members of Got7 in the roles that we've put them in.
Yes.
I would watch Mark and JB fight over reasons, try to come through situations.
Man, Got7 did like a little drama, and it was a long time ago, so they were pretty young. I would not mind seeing some of them act.
Well, Jin
That's a whole nother...
Jin Young acts.
Oh, Jin Young does.
Yeah.
This is another topic that we're going to take on one day, which is idols turned actors.
Yes.
We've had a couple requests for that, and it's a great one.
I think it's a great idea. All right. Yay, Sarah. Thank you. That was really fun.
As always, thank you.
It's the best. Samantha, let's play your second game.
And thank you.
And anybody else listening, send us your suggestions.
We love you.
We happily love getting these in our inbox every day. All right. BTS as KDrama tropes. Oldest to youngest. I think you should go first.
Okay.
As she eats the apple cookie I fingered. I'm sorry.
So, Jin. Jin would be a contract relationship
Okay.
where you're together purely for business purposes to begin with. And you gotta hate each other at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you hate each other, do not trust each other, but you're gonna go into business together to trick somebody for some, again, reasons. Who knows? So that to me is Jin, because that I hate you, I love you, I hate you, I love you feels very Jin to me.
I have Jin would be the character with the evil parents, where you want to be together, but he feels too strongly about his relationship with his family, and then too strongly about you, where it's just that constant internal battle of what am I gonna do? And
Who
you're
do I
like,
let
dude,
down?
I hate your parents.
Yeah, they're terrible.
They're terrible people.
They
now, in real
threaten
life,
me.
I don't know Jin's parents. They're probably very nice people, but I think that because there's all these rumors about Jin's dad being like some in real
CEO.
life, like
Yeah,
some
yeah.
CEO, and then his mom was like a former Miss Korea. Again, I can't confirm that. But that made me think like, that seems like a K-drama thing.
Jin's-
where the parents would be so successful and beautiful, but probably really protective of their son.
Which they should be, because frankly, I'm trash compared to that scenario. I'm not good enough for Jin. Doesn't mean I'm not going to try. You know how I'm going to get there? Write up a contract.
Write up a contract.
Until he's in love with me and he can't get out.
Amen. All right, Yoongi.
Easiest one. Amnesia. Because sleep.
Sleep. Hashtag reasons.
Hashtag reasons. Also because usually in a drama, when someone wakes up with amnesia, they're a little bit mean about it. And then over time, you win them over and they fall in love with you and it all goes back to normal. But there's that moment where you're like, oh crap. He hates me.
Because reasons.
Because of reasons.
So I had two. So originally I had contract dating or marriage. Because the only way he's going to be in a relationship is if it's business.
Yes.
He does not want to be around you, Susan.
He's way too busy.
But he's a businessman. He's going to honor that contract. But since you already said it, I wrote down my backup plan, which is he's tsundere.
Oh, yeah.
He's the guy who's going to act like you are the biggest pain in the bee, but he's going to do everything that he can when you're not looking to make your life
basically,
perfect.
he'll be Yoongi.
He's just going to be Yoongi. Yes, absolutely. All right, JHope. I have a really good one for JHope.
Open-eyed kiss.
I didn't think about that one.
Like the surprise, like, what? Deer in the headlights kiss, which everyone saw coming, except for you.
And JHope.
And JHope, because I can just picture him getting a surprise kiss and just standing there with his eyes open like this.
Also, static, completely not moving.
No. Horror. But, like, not bad horror, just very startled horror.
I have JHope is product placement. He's
Subway?
He's just so extra.
That's so romantic.
Like, he's too extra.
Yeah.
He's everybody that drinks a specific bottle of water with the label pointed at the camera.
He's everybody using that Dyson hairdryer this year. It's that phone with a stylus that keeps popping up.
It's that bag where there's no reason why the camera pans to the bag and the label, but it's always perfectly placed on a table.
He's that camera that somebody gave somebody else for seemingly no reason whatsoever, all of a sudden out of nowhere.
And you're like, what is this extraness?
You're like, oh, it's your birthday. We'll never talk about it again. I just needed to give you this camera.
P.S. Could the camera pan down a little bit lower and get this real quick?
Let's take a quick shot of you enjoying the camera. You'll never take a photo with it. Just hold it.
He is the product placement.
Yeah, that's great.
All right, RM.
So I think he was the undelivered letter, a.k.a. the tragic misunderstanding.
Oh, I love that's the most romantic thing you've ever said.
Well, I'm very romantic about RM. There's
You
something
can't spell romance without R&M.
You guys, my brain just exploded when she said that. Because those are arguably two of the most important letters in the world, romantic. And that's why I chose it. It's so tragic and beautiful and romantic, just like RM, like all of his stuff. He's just like got that melancholy, beautiful, wonderful romance. So for me, it's like that thing that sets everyone back, but you never stop loving each other, and you just like have that poetic moment in your life where you just are coming to terms with their one-sided love.
Oh, it's beautiful. Mm-hmm. Romance without RM is just aeons.
Oantic. Wait, I gotta write it down.
I had RM would be the U-turn. Because listen, if you're in a Korean drama, traffic laws just don't exist to you.
That's true.
And it could be you're bringing somebody to the hospital. Could be that you're late for a meeting.
It could be that en route to somewhere, you realize you're in love.
That was my last thing. It might just be you need to contemplate one of your life's decisions. U-turn. You turn it up.
Because the answer is usually behind you. And that's just good advice for life, y'all.
My mind was just blown.
That's just good advice in general.
All right, Jimin.
That little scamp is the wrist grab. Because
why did that make me like
Because
flush a little.
I know what you're doing. And I shouldn't like it. But I love it.
I can't talk.
It's so hot and cool.
And like against everything I stand
And
for.
like I didn't ask for it. It's literally against my will. But I just coming back for more of the wrist grab. If it's not there, I'd be furious if I didn't get it.
Oh, Megan.
What did you say?
I just said the slow-mo anything.
Oh,
Could be a
I like
kiss.
that. I like that a lot.
Could be drinking water and we get that nice pan of the
the
Adam's
Adam's
apple.
apple.
Might be a longing gaze into the back of your head.
Oh, he is a longing gaze.
There must be a romantic score swelling in the background. He's just a slow-mo something.
So he's basically a climax of some kind.
Ding, 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 ding. All right, we should move on. V.
I literally wrote makeover.
Makeover.
Duh. I just wrote duh. V's the makeover.
He's the makeover. That's
Because
exactly
again,
what I had.
it's like you kind of expected it, but dang it, if it's not the most delightful part of the whole show, and frankly, in the back of your mind, you're like, thank God. Because even though you want to be like, no, you're great the way you are, you're like, God, that haircut was driving me nuts. And all the denim. Why so much denim?
Did you see the sparkly gown that he picked out for her?
She looks amazing.
And then also you're hoping like halfway through the show, God, I hope it shows up again.
you just like think, yes, please let this happen more than once.
All right, Jungkook.
He's a time jump.
What?
Because we stop everything and start again when he's more age appropriate. Like, there's a pause, and then we come back when he's ready to be loved. Like,
That, I think collectively, I can hear people around the world
Like,
laughing and agreeing
we
with you.
take a break because we really needed to. You need to push the brakes on this one. But 3 to 7 years from now, you are
all in.
It's honestly kind of it's been too long for you, but it's much better for him. What'd you have?
Oh, not that. That's genius. I have that he's the wrist grab.
Oh,
He's that sign of dominance and masculinity.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, you turn around and be like, yes. And you'd be like, he's going to tell me he loves me. He'd be like, hey, do you know where the bathroom is?
Or you turn around and give him like a glare and he would immediately drop your wrist because he was like, whoa, that came off way more aggressive than I meant for it to.
Or it might be like a boys over flowers situation where he's like, oh, sorry, I thought you were gymming.
That's most likely.
I just saw a wrist. I instinctually grabbed it.
Or
thought it was Jimin.
He's the double wrist grab. He sees Jimin grab your wrist, so he grabs Jimin's wrist. Like the heirs.
That's it.
Because
He's
it's a
the
lot
double
of reasons.
wrist grab.
It's a lot of reasons. One, because it's Jimin. 2, because it just seems funny and inappropriate, and maybe like it'll make things like lighten things up a little bit. He kind of goes in knowing it's a risk.
And then 3, I mean, he's a child. He has to hold somebody's hand.
Yes, he is crossing the street. If we're talking about the heirs wrist grab, this is happening in a crosswalk.
Safety first.
Ill-advised.
Safety first.
Yes.
If you're gonna do the double wrist grab, let's leave it off the road.
Yeah, maybe in a contained space, like an empty parking lot,
We don't want motorized vehicles around, period.
an enclosed yard,
Maybe a park.
a 3rd floor of an apartment building. Hallway is fine.
Just let's stay off the road, kids.
Yeah, it's busy.
It's bad news. Bad news bears. So yeah, that's all I had. I feel good with those answers.
I do too.
I really like the double wrist grab ad,
I
Megan.
feel like that's I think we collaborated well on that one. That one worked out.
Also, I feel a little flushed hearing that one too. Like Jimin's grabbing my wrist and then Jungkook's grabbing Jimin's wrist.
Honestly, putting myself in any of these scenarios and then letting BTS do those things to me. I feel perfectly natural. talking about it.
All right. I told Megan this story, but I want to elaborate because I don't think I told you in person. I think I told you through a text message. Anyway, maybe I didn't tell you. I think I did. I went grocery shopping this weekend.
Oh, yeah, you did.
I did not have my headphones with me, was not listening to our podcast. All I thought of was because somebody in the parking lot was eating a Subway sandwich in their car, and I had parked next to them. And it got me thinking about when you said, or when we were talking about Head Full of Hannibal, and they mentioned us in their podcast about they play this game where they make somebody Subway sandwiches from a group or whatever. And you said, that's a game we played. And then you like cracked up and said, we are grown women. And I died laughing. All I did was think about that at the grocery store. And I was laughing out loud. Seriously laughing out loud. A couple different places. Like one was by the yogurt, which is funny enough because then I thought about yogurt. Mm-hmm. And so anyway, when I went up to check out, the guy bagging my groceries was like, you seem like you're in such a good mood. I saw you a couple times around the store, like laughing to yourself. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed.
Or you should be like, why were you watching me, you creep? That's threatening.
Be like, yeah, just go ahead and grab my wrist while you're at it.
Yeah, you know what? You are not nice guy and you are not jerk. I don't know who you are, but you're not a part of my narrative. So stay out of it, sir.
But I just thought that was so funny.
That makes me really happy.
I thought it was so funny.
I'm not going to lie. I will frequently think of things that we talk about and do the same thing where out of nowhere I just start laughing. And when people ask me, it's one of those situations where I can't explain it because it's usually like, well, it's funny because of this whole thing you don't understand.
Yes.
So I just go, oh, I just thought of something Becca said. And then they're like, okay, that's enough explanation for me.
Hashtag reasons.
Hashtag reasons.
All right, so before we close out, I haven't even really talked to you about this.
Uh-oh.
So we'll talk about it now. We hit 5,000 downloads a while ago, and I meant to do a giveaway.
We hit 6,000.
I know, I was just going to say that.
Oh, sorry.
No.
I always do this. We should do a drinking game where I interrupt Becca, and then she has to say, okay, that was just what I was just going to say. It's happened twice tonight alone. So everybody take 2 shots.
We're behind. We're 1,000 downloads behind our next giveaway. So here's what I thought we could do. We'll put something out on Twitter. If you're not on Twitter, we do have a really few great friends that are not. Just email us. We'll enter you into the contest. We'll just set up another raffle. Mm-hmm. Just enter the raffle. We'll put details on Twitter tomorrow. If you win, we will send you a little package like we did for Marley's in Germany because she won last time. And I think one of our prizes that I'm just telling Megan now that she has no idea what I'm talking about is you can pick our podcast topic.
Oh.
So if you win, you can tell us what you want us to talk about because we've had a lot of people say, can you do a recap of this show? Mm-hmm. Can you talk about this? And it's really hard to kind of siphon through all the ideas. We're writing them down. We're probably going to do them all.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like one of the prizes should be we'll talk about whatever you want us to talk about.
That's such a good idea.
I like it.
Me too.
I hope you do too, dear listener.
I like everything that you do.
So Megan, that was the nicest thing ever. Also, I should mention Megan's wearing this beautiful floral shirt today. That is something that like RM would go crazy for.
Yeah, I told Becca, I had multiple middle-aged men compliment it, which made me realize that it's because it looks like a shirt they would wear. It's like orange.
I actually got a picture of it because I had to drop something off at the TV station
we're 2
today.
weeks behind on Tuesday.
Oh, we need to do that.
Should we just
too.
update real quick?
Sure.
So last week I did my good deed was for the earth.
Ooh.
Tell me
more.
Yes. I saved the earth. I went around to the garbage cans at work and I pulled out paper and bottles that people had thrown away and I recycled them. So it's small, but this is our BTS
that is so nice.
act of kindness that we're doing every
That's
Tuesday.
Really good.
It's something that was simple and quick and it made me feel good. It helped my workplace. It was a good thing. So that's what I did this week. Wait, what did you do last week?
Last week, I sent 10 letters to people.
Wow.
That I have not talked to in a while.
That's beautiful.
So, yeah, I just wanted to pop into their physical mailboxes. So for you young people out there,
we've explained before.
There's this thing called mail.
It's like email of the past is what we call it.
A physical thing that you get.
It's like a thin thing that's actually very dangerous. You can cut yourself, which is why they've had to get rid of it. Too many comas. Mail-related comas.
The crazy thing is, if you can find 2 quarters, which is it's money. So like I know now we use a lot of plastic. So it's this like coin made out of metal.
Yeah.
If you can find 2 of those and you bring it to this thing called a post office,
Okay.
you can buy a stamp.
Oh, sorry, what?
A stamp. Like stamp of approval. And then you put it on an envelope and they will take this letter to where you want it to go.
You don't have to go?
You don't have to go. They do it for you for the low cost of 2 pieces of metal. It's amazing.
Blowing my mind.
And you know what? I'm sure financially they're doing great.
Yeah, it seems like a foolproof plan.
So I sent 10 letters to friends of mine.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Anyway.
This week,
We cheated.
we definitely cheated. Becca, and I didn't bring that thing.
That's fine.
Jake has it. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
So we, at the TV station where I work, there's like a lifestyle show that goes on before the news, and it's like local businesses and human interest stories and all kinds of stuff. And Becca is taking part in this big, what would you even call it? It's like
It's like I don't know.
It's
It's like a retreat. Kind of.
Yeah. This coming weekend, and she's leading groups and doing a keynote speech. It's like a huge deal.
I'm really excited
It's
about
gonna be
it.
amazing. I'm gonna go.
Megan's gonna go.
And she needed to drop off some materials for me to deliver to the producer of the show so that they could show them on air today. And so that was my good deed, is I picked up the materials from Becca and took them to the producer, and then
my
forgot
good
to follow
deed
through on the rest of it.
Was I had to swing by a Starbucks. So I called Megan, I got a Yoongi and I got a Jungkook.
And I drank it. I drank it up.
So if you've listened to that podcast where we compare BTS to coffee, Megan's favorite coffee is a Starbucks double shot on ice.
That is correct.
And we said that would be Jungkook. Mm-hmm. And then we both said Yoongi would just be an iced Americano. And that's what I wanted to drink today. So I got myself a Yoongi and I got Megan a Jungkook.
And you know what?
And
It
you
meant a lot
guys,
to me.
the first thing she said when she took a sip was, "Oh, sweet creamy Jungkook."
I would never say something that sounds like that.
No, it was really so innocent and so sweet. And so I took a picture.
Oh,
a
Becca.
picture, which has this picture of your shirt in it, which I will post so people can see it.
It wasn't innocent.
It's
I didn't mean it that way at all.
It came off that way.
Oh, good.
You came off as a quirky
In the
best
in
friend.
the K-drama of this life, I am neither the quirky best friend nor am I nice guy. I am,
Creepy neighbor.
yes, creepy Ajima neighbor.
Ajima who does not buy you food.
Not once. Compares you to food. Calls you a tasty treat a lot.
Oh, and we've derailed.
As usual. Anyway,
So yeah,
so we did good deeds.
We did good.
Thank you
deeds.
for the coffee.
Thank you. My iced Americano was delightful.
I'm so glad.
I also feel like I'm going to be up all night because I don't drink coffee very much anymore. And then I also just had a Coke. So.
I'm addicted to caffeine, so I'll be fine.
Here we go. All right. Want to bring us out?
Yeah, as always, you know how to get a hold of us at Noona Ya Business on Twitter, Noona Ya Business on Facebook. You can also email us, Megan at noonayabusiness.com, Becca at noonayabusiness.com. We're on Podbean, we're on YouTube, we're on iTunes, we're on Spotify. Please check out our sponsor, whoarted.com. It's who-arted, ARTED.com. And if you check soon, you might see some stuff from this upcoming weekend too, so you can follow up on what we're gonna do, which will be cool. And yeah,
I think that's it.
that's it.
Keep the emails coming. If you've got stuff to talk about, let us know. We love hearing from you.
Mm-hmm.
This has been so much fun.
This has been the best.
And we are going to start sending out emails to all the recommendations that you've sent to us of people that you want us to interview.
Yes.
So I'm very excited about that.
We've
as
gotten
well.
so many,
which is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them seem like awesome
So
human beings.
cool.
I'm
Yeah.
excited to hopefully get to meet them unofficially.
Yeah, I
so
agree.
anyway, also keep your eye out on Twitter because we're going to put up that contest raffle. So if you want to hop on that, we would love you to. And whether this is your first episode, I'm going to burp. I have indigestion. It's such a K-drama.
Oh my God, you're gonna go into a coma any moment.
It was silent.
I'm gonna have to carry you to the hospital.
I have to go to the hospital.
I'll sit there and hold your handle for all 6 weeks or whatever it is.
Kamsahamnida.
Anything for you. Guess I am jerk. Oh,
Well, on that note,
that's good to know.
whether this is your first episode or your 33rd episode,
Woo!
thank you for listening to Noona Ya Business.